Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How is everyone today? I will first say I am very tired. Um, it was a long weekend. Tim and Rena and I went to spend the weekend at my dad's house. And of course, we went to visit my mom in the nursing home. And as you can imagine, that always carries with it quite a heavy weight. Um, so let's just say I'm tired, and let's just say grief is an absolute bitch. I'm so tired. As a matter of fact, I'm still just as tired today as I was yesterday, and I've been sleeping well, but I was so sleepy yesterday morning that I actually fell asleep halfway through drinking my coffee, and I woke back up and my coffee was cold. And I do not fall asleep while I drink my coffee. I love my coffee, but yeah, that happened yesterday, and I was so sleepy today. I was about to fall asleep in the chair, so I had to get up and like walk around because I'm like, no, have sprints at 9, so I needed to get myself up and get in gear. So I'm here, but just a little bit tired. So let me see what everybody else is up to today. Hello, good morning, Kat. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. Hope everybody's wearing some green. I have some green on my socks, so nobody should pinch me today. Yeah, nice. Making that to-do list, getting ready, channel content planning. I plan to film a couple of videos later today, but we'll just have to see. I don't know. I didn't have any up last week, and so I'm really hoping to get some up this week, but I am just so tired. So I want to film a video talking about my personal curriculum that I'm working on right now, and a video with my journal flip through. So fingers crossed that I'll find some energy for that today. Hey, Eleanor. Yes, self-care sprints. I need it. I need it today. I really do. It's nice to have some time together with you all. It does. Yeah, there are so many aspects to grief other than just, being sad. Just the weight of it all, like body aches and extreme fatigue and brain fog, all that kind of stuff. And there was like this bittersweet moment because my mom had this old, like little recipe box with a bunch of her recipes in it. And I was cleaning up some things in the kitchen, and I, was cleaning up around that, and my dad came in there, and he pointed to the recipe box and he said, you should have this. You should go ahead and take it home with you when y'all leave. And I was like, are you sure you don't want it? He's like, no, if I need to, know how to cook something, I'll just Google it. So it was it was a wonderful thing to be able to get that box of recipes, but then it's also, it's hard because I know my mom's never gonna make those recipes again. But she made a really good chicken pot pie, which the thought of that brings me back, or brings back so many memories for me. And that recipe was in the box, so I've put it in our menu for this week, and got the grocery shopping done. So I'm gonna make my mom's famous chicken pot pie later this week. So I'm looking forward to that. And some hellos and highs. Thank you, Eleanor. I'm very glad to have all of you here too, because even though I was tired and I'm still tired, and I'm like, no, I got to get on and do this. I always find that everyone, in the chat here, you all lift me up and show me love and encourage me to keep going and practicing self-care. And I hope that I can do the same for all of you. Hello, Elaine. How are you today? Let us know what you're up to. So I will go ahead now and put up one act of self-care that you can fit into your day. So we can kind of start talking about what either what we've been doing for self-care or what we plan to do today. And some hellos and highs. So my self-care today, I am going to be working some in my journal. And like I said, I hope to film a couple of videos today. That's not necessarily self-care. It feels like a little bit of a not like I have to do it, because I want to do it. But I just don't know if my energy is going to be up there for it. And then I think if I film it anyway, and even though I want to do these videos, if I don't have energy, that's going to come across and it's going to look like to viewers, I don't want to do it. Anyway, that's all going on in my head. So journaling is something I definitely want to do today, both in my junk journal and in my grief journal. I want to get both of those things done today. And I guess an act of self-care is that I'm going to prioritize my journaling. And then if I feel up to it, then I'll film the videos, because if I don't film them today, I can film them tomorrow. So we'll just kind of see how the day goes. I will listen to my mind and my body and do what's best for me. So I would love to know what you've been doing for self-care and what you plan to do for self-care today. Yes, it is. It's so good. And then you can probably tell I got a sweatshirt on because we're getting a little dip back into winter temperatures here, and I'm very excited about that. So chicken pot pie to me is like one of those comfort foods. So that'll be nice to eat, for in the cold weather for sure. And hello and hi. Oh, that's so nice. Tea with a friend. We have a local tea place. I've talked about it a few times called the Hawthorne, and they have the best teas, like maybe like 50 or more different kinds of teas you can have. Hot tea, which would be so nice today, but I have some tea stuff here. And then I ordered some more. I don't think Stina's here today, but she talked about dryad teas. So I ordered some dryad teas, and hopefully those will get here pretty soon. And I will mention that too, on April 21st, we're going to, for self-care sprints that day, we're going to do something a little bit different and have a virtual tea. So I'll schedule that and get that out so you can set the notification for that. So our self-care that day on the 21st of April is going to be a collective virtual tea time. So I'm excited about that. Yep. Yeah, I noticed it's been, a little while since you put out some videos. And I'm still getting caught up on watching everybody's videos. So if you've gotten a video that came out recently and I haven't commented yet, not only have I kind of not been doing my videos the past week or so, I hadn't been watching as much YouTube either. But I'll get to your video eventually. Yeah, here I think it was around 30 maybe. And then tonight we have a low of 32, and the high today is 54, which is pretty cold, for us. And I'm absolutely loving it. I really, really dread summer. So any bit of winter that can hang on is good for me. Oh, so nice. I would love it. I would just put my layers on and I would get outside and play in that snow. My son, he actually lives about 2.5 hours north of where I live. I live closer to Mobile, and he lives in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and they actually had snow yesterday. I don't think it really accumulated or anything, but they had quite a bit of snow falling for a little while. So, yeah, snow in Alabama in mid March. I was hoping we'd get it, but it didn't come down this far south. Oh, tea and books. Absolutely. We can do that too. That can be part of our tea party. We can talk about not only the self-care, that we've been practicing, but we can also talk about some of our favorite books that we've read recently. So you put tea and books and I'm there. Absolutely. Yes, I would consider that a definite act of self-care, visiting libraries and bookstores. Yes, that's my kind of self-care. Hello, Naomi. How are you today? Oh, an unexpected day off. Well, I'm glad you got a day off, and I'm glad that you were able to join us for Sprint. Yes, balancing the activities, reading and watching YouTube. Nice. That is a wonderful way to spend a day off with self-care sprints and balancing your cozy hobbies like YouTube and reading, and tomorrow off work. Yay, yay, Naomi. That makes me so happy to hear you've got 2 days to take care of yourself and treat yourself to something nice. I love that so much. So we have come to the end of comments, and I forgot to even welcome everybody officially. Maybe I did at the beginning. I'm going to welcome you again. Welcome all of you to Self Care Sprint today. If you're catching this on the replay, welcome to you. Thank you for catching us on the replay. And you can always let us know in the comments what you got up to. So let me check. Let's see. Some wonderful hellos and highs. Oops, yeah. Oh no, another book call. Yeah, I might have oops, had a little oops myself and ordered a couple of books online. It's self-care. Books are self-care. And some more hellos and highs. Yeah, Kat. Hopefully you can still get your walk in outside. Just wear some layers and get out there and start walking. And you might find yourself working up a sweat even. So I hope you'll be able to get outside because it's beautiful here today. I mean, the sky's so blue. The sun is shining. So it's very pretty here today. All right, so we will go ahead to our timer. So it is 16 minutes after the hour. So just to make it easy, I'm going to say we'll just return at the next, on the hour. So for me, that will be 10. For you, whatever the next hour is going to be. So that's not quite 45 minutes, more like 44. But I like I like the convenience of just saying come back at the hour. So I will see you all in 44 minutes. Oh, wow. I understand though. Hello, everybody. So, what did you get up to during that time? I made some hot chocolate, which I am now drinking, and did some journaling. So, very restful self care for me during that 45 minutes. So, let's see what everybody else got up to. Kat was talking about the 60 new books, and I said I can relate. Um, Elaine also can relate to that. Elaine does have a nice local thrift store, so I cannot fault Elaine for getting books at good prices. Hey, Kaylin, how are you today? I hope you're having a lovely Tuesday and happy St. Patrick's Day to you too. Another local thrift store that Eleanor is talking about, where they have great prices on books, and you can hardly pass that up. And some more hellos and highs. So, did you all have a nice 45 minutes? I felt like it went by fast. And here's Frere coming to join the self-care. Frere doesn't know it, but he's also a big part of my self-care. Maybe he does know it. I don't know, but he's a very cuddly cat. And he definitely helps me when he's I say he helps me and then he knocks something off my desk. But anyway, that's a cat for you, right? But anyway, he does cuddle, sit in my lap, lay on my chest sometimes, and just having him there and hearing him purring is very comforting, even though now he's trying to knock a lamp over. Settle down. Settle down. Sit, Frere. He's not going to do that. He's not like a dog. Oh my goodness. So, oh, he did knock the lamp over. Would you calm down? My goodness. Now he knocked a bunch of papers over. So I guess I should never claim that you're my self-care, because then you act wild, don't you, buddy? But you're still my self-care no matter what. Okay. He's getting irritated because he wants me to pet him. And he probably wants me to quit talking to you all because he's trying to knock the lamp over again. Anyway, let's see if I can get to these comments. If Frere will quit being destructive. Frere, no, don't knock the lamp over. Why don't you come sit in my lap? Come down here. Oh my goodness. All right. That brings back so many memories of my childhood. One of my teachers, when I was in third grade, after lunch every day, she read from, I think, almost always Little House on the Prairie books, like all the books in the series. So I always think about her when I hear about that. Oh, Papers, yes. Whew, I remember that when I was in grad school. Yeah, that you got it though. You've got it. Even though it's 17 days earlier than you thought, you've got it. I have confidence in you. You can do it. Hey, you know what? You completed 2 of 11, so we'll focus on that. And maybe you needed that time on your phone, depending on what you're looking at on your phone, that can be self-care. If you're looking at things that bring you joy and not doom scrolling. Reading. What are you reading, Eleanor? If you told us and I forgot, I'm so sorry. But I'd love to know what you're reading. Right now, I'm reading a few things. I am listening to the audiobook of The Secret History of Twin Peaks by Mark Frost. I am physically reading Dr. Sleep by Stephen King for a buddy read. And I am also reading Dark Scenes from Damaged Earth, the Gothic Anthropocene, which is a nonfiction collection of essays about looking at our current geological era through the lens of Gothic. And then I'm also reading Hamlet, Shakespeare, of course, because I'm also taking an online class that's free, offered through edX. It's like a Harvard course. Like, you could pay to get an actual certificate in the course, but you can also just take the course free. So I'm doing that as part of my personal curriculum too. It's called something like Shakespeare's Hamlet, the Ghost. So it's mainly focusing on the ghost of Hamlet's father and kind of looking at the different meanings and representation of ghosts and how we memorialize the dead. So I'm enjoying that. It's fun because I don't feel the same kind of pressure I did like when I was in grad school studying. And it's, something I want to do. And it's just about learning for my own fulfillment and helping to combat brain rot and not doom scroll so much. So I'm enjoying the personal curriculum. And so, like I said, I'm excited about it. So I hope I can get motivated enough to do a video talking about it. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Oh, nice. I forgot that Delilah S. Dawson had written a middle grade book. I read her book, Bloom. I don't think I've read anything else from her yet, but Bloom it was so cozy and whimsical in some ways. And then it was definitely brutal and like, what in the world is happening in other ways. So I'm glad that you're enjoying your book for middle grade March. So I am to the end of comments. So I'll give it a couple minutes and see if anybody else says anything. Let's see. Oh, creepy cover. Well, I want to look at that cover too, because I also like the cover for Bloom when I read it. And I'm a sucker for a pretty cover or a gruesome cover or a combination of the two. Kat, you'll appreciate my mug. There is no beauty without some strangeness. So definitely a reference to Edgar Allan Poe. Except I think the exact quote there is no beauty without exquisite strangeness, or maybe something like that. Don't remember exactly. Let's see. Cat is a wizard in glass. Yep. I have not yet conquered the Dark Tower series. So that is something on my list to get to. It's probably not going to happen this year. So maybe 2027, because that is a section of Stephen King's work that I have not delved into yet. Yeah, yes, it is a perfect mug. Perfect. Yes, it is. Okay, Max in the House of Spies and Elephants Can Remember. Yeah, multiple books. That's where I am right now. But I find, sometimes people will be like, how can you focus on more than one book and how can you keep it straight? And actually, for me, because I have ADHD, it helps for me to read a few different books at the same time. That way, if I kind of get a little bit antsy or bored in a certain part of one book, then I can always switch it up to another one. And then it helps that all the books I'm reading are of it, about very different things. So that helps too. Yeah, you go, Kat. All right. So I think we are at the end now. Let's see. Exactly. Yeah, keeping that variety. I agree. The way we, would have multiple subjects in school, definitely. Yeah, I'm in good company then. We are all of a like mind here about having the different books. Um, yeah, it just keeps things interesting. And I don't think I'm going to be confusing, Dr. Sleep with Hamlet. Although now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, the concept of ghosts and being haunted by your parents and haunted by the past, that does tie in with both Hamlet and Dr. Sleep. So could be a connection there. 100. Yep, 100%. Yep. All right. So I think we will go ahead and go to our next sprint, and let me see what time that would be. Okay, so it's like 10:12 now. So I'm going to do kind of what I did last time, and we'll just return like on the next hour because we had like a little less than 45 minutes last time. So now we'll have a little more than 45 minutes. But again, I like that kind of even coming back at like an exact hour. So that is what we're going to do. And I will see you all on the next hour. Take care of yourself. See you soon. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I had to impromptu change our time to get back until a quarter after the hour because the exterminator came. I knew he was coming today, but he came earlier than expected. So, yeah, I had to, take care of all of that. So that's why we're a little bit late. But let me know what you got up to during that but turned out to be an hour instead of just 45 minutes sprint for self-care. In addition to taking care of all the stuff with the exterminator, I also finished drinking my hot chocolate and I finished a journal page. So pretty productive self-care there today so far. Yeah, still we're talking about book hopping, how a lot of us read multiple books at the same time. Yep, exactly. It does. It keeps things interesting so we don't get bored or bogged down. Oh, good job to get your YouTube content kind of caught up and setting up live shows. And my dog is barking, so hopefully I don't have any other unexpected guests. Um, Let me just go check real quick. Talk amongst yourself. I'm so sorry. I will I will be back. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hold on. Okay, I'm back now. That was our mail carrier, but she put the packages on the porch, so everything is good. Everything is good with that too. Um, and that's just my note about having to do the time change. Yeah, I agree, right? I don't need any I don't need any issues with the Terminator today. I try to keep away from all of that. Oh, yeah, he's real sweet. He's real nice. He's been our exterminator for a while now, so he's a really nice guy. You're having a very productive day today, Elaine, getting all these things taken care of. I love that you're feeding the groundhog and the birds, not just the cat. Yep, that's exactly what I said. You have gotten a lot of stuff taken care of today. You're a whirlwind of energy. Hey, Steph, how are you? What have you been doing to practice self care? Let us know. Uh, Decluttering, that is something that I still need to be working on. My plans were to declutter every room in my house before the end of the year. And I started with my office, and I'm not even halfway through doing that with my office. But it sounds like you're plugging along, getting some things done. And some more hellos and hey. Yep, there you go. Getting the laundry done, getting that shower in. I did clothes yesterday, and today I'm needing to wash towels and blanket. What did you think about incidents around the house? I'd love to know, Steph. Most people loved it. Unfortunately, I did not. I was in the minority that did not care for it, but I know a lot of people loved it. And there's a movie coming out based on it, and I think it's this year. Except instead of calling the movie incidents around the house. The movie is called Other Mommy, which, if you've read Incidents Around the House, you know that one of the main parts of that story is this entity called Other Mommy. So we have more celebrations for those of us who like to book hop. Oh, book review of Wakenhurst. I loved Wakenhurst, Cat. What did you think of it? Or should I just go read your review? Ooh, egg salad. That sounds so good. I haven't had egg salad in a while, but I do love it. Chapter 3 of Go Luck Yourself. Hello, Robbie. And I love that title. That's great. My dog is part pit bull and part lab. So he's just the cutest, sweetest, just most loving dog. But he's a very good guard dog. I say he's a very good guard dog. Like, he barks a lot, but once people come in, all he wants to do is to like lick them and sit in their lap and get all this loving and stuff. So he barks, but I don't know what else he would do. Hopefully, if it were a true, like bad person, he would take care of them. Yeah, he's sweet. I agree. Yeah, at least my dog, his name is Gandalf. At least he didn't come in here and jump up on my desk and knock over everything like one of my cats did earlier. So I have one dog and two cats. And Gandalf, he loves the cats. He's all about the cats. Of course, Freyr, the one who was in here knocking stuff over, Freyr doesn't want to have anything to do with Gandalf. But my other cat, Karma, she adores Gandalf, and she gets right beside him on the couch, and they like cuddle up together. It's so sweet. Yes. Yeah, I want to check it out too because I loved Wakenhurst. That's a fancy cat said. Oh, that sounds like a delicious breakfast. I wish we had snow here, but I'm just thankful enough to get some cold weather before we start getting too close to summer, where it's absolutely miserable in summer where I live. There you go. Keeping it steady. Mine is very slow. I can't even call my decluttering slow and steady right now. I really can't even call it slow because it's been pretty much non-existent for a couple of weeks. But like I said when we first got on, just this grief is intense and it is heavy. And some days it's all I can do just to get up out of my bed. So the decluttering will come. It'll come, even if I tackle it 5 minutes a week. Might take 10 years, but that's okay. That's okay. Well, you're probably gone now, Elaine, but thank you so much for joining and participating in the chat today. And keep on taking care of your cat and your. There you go. You got very productive. Now you've got the book finished, right? So you can start tackling that paper. You got this. Yeah, like I said, I'm in the minority for not liking it. Most people loved it. And obviously someone thinks it's worthy enough to be made into a movie. So 3.75. Yeah. Yay, Wakenhurst. It's so good. Yeah, Gandalf. So yeah, my dog is Gandalf, and the cat who is destroying everything is Freyr, and then the baby girl cat is Karma. So they're all unique with their own little personalities and their little quirks, and I love every one of them, even when they make messes. They're a big part, really, a big part of my self care, because a lot of days, like of course, my husband, he's works outside the home, and then my daughter, she's at school, so a lot of days it's just me and the three pets. So I talk to them all day long. Like if you were listening to me, you would think I was talking to another person. But to me, my pets are they're my people. They're people to me. Yeah, even better to me than Wakenhurst was Dark Matter by Michelle Paver. That was a 5-star book. It's like polar, gothic, isolation, very creepy, very creepy. So, so good. It's good to read in the winter time. Yes, I agree. They are. I would have 10 more if I could afford to take care of all of them, because I love them too. They're so precious. All right. So let me check our time. So it's about 11:26. So normally for the last sprint, I just do 30 minutes. But again, I think we'll just do 34 minutes because I like that ending right on the hour. So that way we'll finish exactly well, for me, it'll be noon. For anybody in a different time zone, whatever the next hour is. Yes, winter books. Yeah. Dark Matter is one of my favorites. The Terror by Dan Simmons. Uh, The Shining, of course. Misery. This is Where We Talk Things Out by Caitlin Marceau. I hope I'm saying her last name right. But yeah, there's something especially delightful about a good gothic or horror book set in winter. All the White Spaces by Allie Wilkes. That's another one. Sounds great. All right. Misery. Yeah, I haven't read it in years. So I'd like to do a reread this coming winter because I do love that book too, and the movie adaptation also. Yes, I agree. So I'm glad to get this little snippet of winter, because even springs where I am, and same for Cat, even springs where we are can quickly just turn into summer. So we don't often get very much of a true spring here. More loves for Misery. Yes. All right, so we will go to our last sprint and come back at the next hour, but I'm going to edit my ticker here to say last sprint so everybody will know. And see you all in about 30 minutes. Hello, everybody. Let me know what you got up to for your self care during that sprint. Hi, Flo. Thank you so much for breaking away from work and hitting that like button. I appreciate you, and I hope you're getting in some self care today while you're working, or I hope you have plans for some self care after you're done at work. Hello, Swank. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy Act Happy Day. Happy Corned Beef and Cabbage Day. Happy Campfire Girls Day. Well, those all sound like a lot of fun. So I should have thought about making corned beef and cabbage since it is St. Patrick's Day, but I didn't. So I hope you all may enjoy some of that today. It happens sometimes. No worries at all, Swank. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And you brighten my day today, too. Everybody joining in, it really does lift my spirit. Nice. Working on that reading journal, getting lunch for everyone. You are quite welcome. Thank you so much for being here. So, thank you everybody that was able to attend live here with the Self Care Sprint. And if you watch this after, then thank you for watching too. Thank you for being here. Yeah, you were busy. You were on the go this morning, Eleanor. You were knocking out some stuff today. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your day today and a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Remember, practice your self care, even if it's just 5 minutes of time that you can get just to take a quick breather, take a little cat nap. Do that. If possible, build in more time for self care. Thank you, Kat. Love you too. Everybody have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day and bye, Swank. Thank you. I will see you all next time. Bye.